Today, we got some important stuff to do.
Welcome to this presentation of Brendan Hunt Custom. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and feel free to share with your friends to grow the channel and make better content. Now, without further ado, let's bring out your host for this video.
I'm down here at the big shed. We're about to get the 8R and the corn planter dug back out because I got to go replant soybeans. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are you planting soybeans with a corn planter? We're not. We're going to switch over the meters on the planter, set them up for beans, and then we're going to go in and row the beans. And I'll explain some more later. She sounds rowdy, don't she? Now we're gonna get this tractor hooked back onto the planter. We gotta improvise a little bit with this old thing because if you guys can't tell, this jack is kind of twisted. And I've got a spare one over there in case I need it. Hopefully we don't.
Be careful when you tighten these down because that's what broke
Those other boxes.
those other boxes. So.
Buggy? Buggy? I think. What it sounds like anyways. I don't know if Paul's checking his calves or... God damn. Yeah. He's dragging brush.
Make sure it goes down in that groove right there. Give it a good tap like that. So that way you're not trying to draw it down and pulling that threaded stud out of there.
So what's our population going to be looking like? 100. We're set on 3 and 2. Well, we're loaded up, headed to the field. Dad's gonna pick me up and we're gonna go eat some dinner, and while he works on a couple of other projects, I'm gonna go plant beans, I guess. Well, you guys see something missing there? Didn't realize it till I was recording that last clip. So, well, I guess we're gonna look for it. All right, so we are planting now. My row cleaners hate their life, but they're not making the units jump, so we're just gonna roll it. We are no-tilling into this rye, replanting beans. We didn't get a very good stand in this heavy rye, so I just set out a straight line and we're gonna plant it. So the way this planter works is I got my little original Green Star brown box here, and it runs this entire planter. It tells me what rows are planting and what's not planting. I have my population, ground speed, high-low warnings, and then this thing was originally just a 2-section controlled planter. You had a half and a half, and you can still see those original sections back there. We've added on to it, and this is now a 4-section, so it shuts off every 3 rows. And this is a John Deere 1760 conservation. So when I say conservation, what I mean is this thing is set up to no-till. It's got row cleaners and differently set up row units. So you can just drop in and go. You can act like it's a drill, basically. And it works okay. It doesn't hold as much seed as I'd like it to, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Me and Dad have been talking about putting hopper extensions on it for next year, but I'm trying to sweet talk him into selling the 12-row planter and the 12-row corn head and get an 8-row corn head and a 16-row planter. We'll see how far I get with that. Because if we get a 16-row planter, we can get split row, but we can do soybeans and all that on 15-inch rows. So I don't know. We'll see. I planted about 7 acres. I believe there's like 15 or so in here roughly on this piece. Once I get this planted out, I'm going to go around and spot in some of the lighter spots. Now the reason we are no-tilling and replanting beans right now is we got a little heavy on the rye in the fall. And the rye works as a great cover crop, don't get me wrong. It is great about putting organic matter back into the ground, and it's great erosion control. But it is not fun to plant into, okay? And where we got into some pretty heavy spots, you know, our beans didn't go in the ground the way they should have, so they just kind of sat there laid on top of the soil. So we're just kind of going back through all those heavy rye spots and replanting is what it boils down to. Alright guys, we're finishing up here. We've got not quite 25 acres of total replant going on here. But we went through where all the heavy rye was on some of these back slopes for the terraces, got them spotted in, and got that whole piece over there planted. Ended up having to take off the row cleaners because they just kept balling up, and actually ended up pushing one of my row units up. So we took all that off. I'm gonna finish planting down this diversion waterway, and I'll fold her up, point her towards the shed, and we'll get everything all wrapped up for the day. Well, I'd say we did pretty good because it's starting to rain now. So we're gonna go for the shed.